Welcome back. Now going back to Pune, a bomb blast there this evening has killed at least 8 persons and injuring 53 others. The blast occurred at the German bakery in Koregaon Park area. Eyewitnesses said that an unattended bag exploded as someone tried to open it. The anti-terrorist squad along with the bomb squad has been dispatched to the spot. The blast occurred at 7 p.m. this evening.
It is a terror attack. The Home Secretary in Delhi has confirmed this. And the very important message which we keep repeating is to nationals, to citizens across the country and to people in the country, don't touch any unidentified object. That's what the Home Ministry is now appealing to people, because we are told that it was an object which was not identified. No one really knew who it belonged to. When that object, a bag, we are told, was opened, it went off. That's where the IED, the improvised explosive device, was located. Apart from this, Priyanka, what else can you tell us?
Well, the update that we have right now, Vishnu, as you've heard, 8 people are dead. At least 2 of them are believed to be foreign nationals. 53 people are injured. So it does seem to have been quite a powerful blast. Initially, reports came out that it was an LPG cylinder which exploded. But later we heard it was an IED device. And what the police here are telling us, it caused a 6 by 4 foot crater on the wall of German bakery. Now, this bakery, as we've said, is located very close to a Jewish center, to the Chabad house. And it's also located very close to the Osho ashram. The German bakery itself is frequented by foreigners. So this has raised questions about whether foreigners were in fact the targets of this blast. Now, Pune has been on the radar of the police. It's a sensitive, it's because of it's so close to Mumbai. It's an area that's been monitored closely by the police. But on the whole, for many reasons, it's an IT hub. It's an emerging real estate hub. It has a large number of students, especially from other countries, and has a large number of foreign nationals. So for those reasons, it has been an area that the police have been monitoring very closely. Intelligence has been monitoring very closely in the past. But this kind of attack is something that Pune hasn't seen really in recent years. And it is the first major attack that we've had after 26/11, a reason why you're now seeing a lot of the government and the police really swinging into action. The NIA, a team of the NIA has rushed there. The bomb disposal squad, of course, is there. Force 1 has been sent there, and also the anti-terror squad has been sent to Pune as well to monitor the situation and find out what exactly happened. Vishnu.
In terms of the warning that the Home Ministry has now issued, could you reflect on this? We've seen IEDs being placed in the past as well in a lot of these areas, but the warning now is to people not to open unidentified objects. In the past, we've seen, Priyanka, IEDs being triggered by remote devices or by timer devices, but now these are IEDs which apparently go off on being opened. Is this, in a sense, some sort of a new strategy, or have we seen this in the past as well?
Well, Vishnu, on the whole, what we've seen is after any terror blast or any explosion that takes place, it's a standard warning really to people. Don't touch any unclaimed baggage. Don't touch any unidentified object. That's a fairly standard warning that goes out every time. We've seen that quite frequently happening in Mumbai. If you remember, in Malegaon as well, there was a device which was placed on a scooter which went off. And even after that blast, there were warnings not to touch anything, to report anything which one saw just lying around. So rather than the nature of the device, it is a precaution which the government and the police keep repeating every time there's any such incident. Because as you know,
fine, Priyanka, I'm coming back to you in a second. Let's just go across.
Well, shocking images there coming in from Pune. Those were live images from our network channel NDTV 24/7. In fact, the Home Secretary G.K. Pillai confirming to NDTV that this is a terror strike, and a clear warning to all nationals of the country to stay off unattended baggage. Well, ahead of the union budget, we get you our daily dosage of vitamin M. Today, we get you the wish list of a hotelier. The year 2009 has been quite turbulent and difficult for the hotel industry. It's been hit by possibly the world's worst ever economic crisis and the 26/11 attacks. Corporate companies cut back on travel plans by taking off elaborate accommodation off their list. But looking at the last year's performance, it has been slowly and steadily been improving with a lot of concentration on domestic tourism. Now, to give us a clear perspective of what the hotel industry's expectations are this year, joining me is Karan Berry. He's the General Manager of Courtyard by Marriott Chennai. He has quite a few wishes on his list for this year.
Well, infrastructure development is very, very critical for the success of the hotel industry. Boosting connectivity, development of railways, roadways, airports is very, very important for our industry. My request is we need to increase the speed of progress for infrastructure development. One of the other things that all hotels and hotel companies have been requesting year after year is of infrastructure status. All companies are facing a lot of cash flow challenges. By providing infrastructure status, what will happen is we'll get more funds at lower interest rates, and also we will also get a lot of benefits on various aspects of heat, light, power at industrial rates. These benefits will also be like tax concessions, and once we are able to get these benefits, we can actually pass on the benefit to the consumer, the customer at large. One of the growing challenges, not just for the public at large, but also the hotel industry, is the fact that we are having a growing inflation. Once you have growing inflation, then that results actually on a very high cost of procurement of raw materials. One final thing that I would like to say is the fact that if we could get 100% tax holidays. At present, the tax holidays are for 5 years. However, we would really, really request if we could get this tax concession for 10 years. Dear Mr. Minister, I would like to summarize the fact that if we could increase the pace of infrastructure development, if we could get infrastructure status for hotels, if we could curb the growing inflation, and finally, if we could have a 100% tax holiday for the next 10 years, I think all of us would see us, the consumer, the hotel company and the associate, smiling.
Well, this year, cricket is part of the Winter Olympics at Vancouver. But do you know which Indian athlete has participated in the most Olympics? Well, Shiva Keshavan is the new star. Today, he plays his 4th Winter Olympics when he races around the Whistler Sliding Centre in the luge event.
They're calling him the fastest Indian without an engine. At 27, Shiva Keshavan is as much an Olympic veteran as, say, Abhinav Bindra, but the odds he's battled have been far greater, including people not knowing about him.
I saw a TV program once in which they asked the question, who was India's representatives of the Winter Olympic Games in Salt Lake, and nobody knew the answer.
Hopefully that's no longer the case after 3 Olympic appearances, the last being in Turin, where he finished with his best showing of 25th. Now he says he's aiming for a top 20 in Vancouver. That's very likely given his recent silver in the Asian Championships in Japan this December. Even some sponsorship has followed after that, including a contribution from Supreme Court lawyers like Abhishek Singhvi. Shiva did have some problems though. He's been battling a back injury since December, and he spent the last week in Vancouver training flat out to see how his body coped. But whatever the result on Saturday, it's been a long road for Shiva, from becoming the youngest luge Olympian ever in Nagano in 1998 to standing on the cusp of his 4th Olympics in Vancouver in 2010.
That's all the news for tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night.